This video is for you if you don't get scared easily and enjoy exploring locations with a reputation for being creepy. These sinister locations promise to provide the shivers, the thrill, and the horror connected with the event, from urban tales to dark pasts. Here are the top 10 haunted places around the world you can visit on your next trip, if you can. Be sure to watch until number 1 because that one is quite surprising. Without further ado, let's start with Number 10. Turnbull Canyon. California is full of spooky locations, ranging from cult complexes to famous murder scenes, haunted hotels, and mysterious homes. However, none of them guarantee a vigorous, picturesque trek. Turnbull Canyon is a 4-mile walk through the Puente Hills. Keep an eye out for panoramic city views and the spirits of 29 individuals who died in an aircraft accident here in the 1950s. Oh, and the spirits of children who were allegedly stolen from a neighboring orphanage and sacrificed in rituals. Oh, and the spirit of a teenager who, despite the absence of power, burned his brain by using some ancient electroshock apparatus from the burned-down institution in the canyon. What? An abandoned asylum? UFO reports? It makes sense why the locals dubbed it Utukana, or the Devil's Place. Number 9. Hellfire Club at Montpelier Hill, Ireland. A hunting lodge named the Hellfire Club was constructed in 1925 for Irish parliamentary speaker William Connolly. The structure's stones come from old passage tombs that are claimed to have enraged the devil, which is how the location was initially connected to the paranormal. According to reports, a select group of Dublin's aristocrats gathered at the lodge for debauchery and devil worship. The building is associated with legends of animal sacrifice, dark masses, cloven-hooved men, and murder. The most well-known story describes a visit from a demonic being in the appearance of a man, who was only discovered after one of the players lost a card and saw the visitor had cloven feet upon picking it up. When he found it, the monster vanished in a burst of flame. There are rumors that a large, black, cat-sized creature that formerly belonged to a priest haunts the lodge. Number 8. Hoia Baciu Forest, Romania. Hoia Baciu has earned paranormal popularity worldwide after a military technician photographed a UFO hovering over the woodland in 1968. Others think it is a gateway that leads people to vanish. Rashes, motion sickness, and anxiety symptoms have been observed by those who have gone through the forest without being transported into another world. The mysterious twisted trees that inhabit the woodland, known as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, simply serve to intensify the strange atmosphere. Number 7. Island of Dolls, Mexico City, Mexico. This terrifying sight is not for the faint of heart. The Mexican island of Isla de las Muñecas, sometimes known as the Island of the Dolls, was never meant to be a tourist attraction. According to legend, the island's custodian, Don Julian Santana Barrera, discovered a girl who had suddenly drowned on the island. He discovered a doll nearby and, presuming it was hers, hung it from a tree as a sign of respect. He was supposedly troubled by the girl's spirit after that and began hanging additional dolls in an attempt to placate her. People think her ghost has taken possession of the dolls. Some even claim to hear the dolls whispering to each other. Number 6. Stanley Hotel, Colorado. The Stanley Hotel, built in 1909, served as the basis for Stephen King's book The Shining, which pretty well sums it up. The hotel was founded and maintained by the brilliant inventor Freeland Oscar Stanley and his wife Flora, and served as a haven for rich Eastern urbanites as well as a symbol of scientific progress. It had electricity and telephones. The Stanley Hotel had lost much of its luster by the 1970s and was said to be haunted. As it turns out, years after their passing, Freeland and Flora continued to be involved in the management of the hotel. The billboard room is being watched over by Freeland, and Flora's precious Steinway can be spotted playing late at night. We dare you to stay just one night here. Will you? Number 5. Alcatraz Island, San Francisco. San Francisco is a bustling metropolis known for the majestic Golden Gate Bridge, colorful Victorian homes, and attractive cable cars. However, there is also the iconic Alcatraz Island, which is known for housing notable criminals. Visitors may take a guided tour to learn everything they can about the prison's notorious past. If you're feeling courageous, you can even go after dark, since night tours are also offered. Who knows, you could even hear Al Capone's banjo echoing through the cells. Number 4. St. Augustine Lighthouse, Florida. More than 216,000 people visit the St. Augustine Lighthouse each year, but it's also widely known for its otherworldly visitors. The claimed paranormal activity has been attributed to a number of catastrophic incidents that happened at the now historic place. A lighthouse keeper's ghost, who perished after falling to his death while painting the tower, has been patrolling the area. Visitors have reported hearing children playing in and around the lighthouse ever since the horrifying drowning of 3 young girls who perished when the cart they were playing in broke and plummeted into the water. Number 3. Tower of London, England. The Tower of London has been cited as the final resting place of several historical figures. The notorious fortress has a long history of tragedies and numerous ghostly encounters involving English royalty, notably Anne Boleyn and Arbella Stewart, Elizabeth I's cousin, have taken place there. Visitors to London must see this tower, but paranormal investigators should keep an eye out for any supernatural beings while they're there. Number 2. The Forbidden City, Beijing. A trip to Beijing isn't complete unless you see the Forbidden City, China's ancient royal palace that is now a museum. However, you may be surprised to learn that the renowned tourist location has quite a reputation among supernatural fans. During its 600-year reign as a palace, the complex saw its fair share of killings, whether by envious concubines poisoning one another or killings at the emperor's command. Needless to say, there have been numerous stories of weird occurrences since the palace's public opening in the 1940s. The most prevalent story features a woman clothed in white going about the grounds sobbing. Number 1. Spanish Military Hospital, St. Augustine. Although the original structure that housed the Spanish military hospital was demolished and rebuilt in 1821, the hauntings that occurred during its history have endured over the years. The discovery was revealed while the city began to fix the water pipes of a hideous building, hundreds of human bones. The truth was that the hospital was built on top of an Indian burial site and that the ghosts of the deceased tormented everyone who entered its walls. Because the hospital has treated many sick, wounded, and horribly damaged people over its history, and those who have died and suffered are still here, begging to be freed. Is this some type of living nightmare for patients? Every room in the house is supposed to be haunted, from the agonizing screams of amputees to the moans of the dead. Things such as hospital beds can move on their own, doors open and close on their own, fog forms and vanishes. The air gets dense and frigid in some areas, and a sense of desperation regularly filled the hearts of people who visit. So, which one of these scares you the most? Is there anything you want to share with us? Please feel free to comment down below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.